Well, you know what? I'm talking to the right crowd here. I'm like, I need a vacation. Book me on a vacation. Book me. I want to go on Star Clippers vacation. That's what I want, really, to be
Oh
absolutely
yeah.
honest. If I'm just going to be, yeah, I'm just like putting it out there. You have to put it out to the universe, right?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. For
Yes.
sure.
Yes, yes, yes. So when was the last time you were on one of the on board?
Wow, not a long time ago was September actually. So I was on vacation on September out of Cannes and I did France, French Riviera and Corsica, which is really, really amazing. Corsica is definitely one of my favorite islands, definitely.
Really?
Yeah, it is really
Nice.
cool.
So
Yeah.
you started in Cairns and then you finished off in
In Monaco. So it was a round trip. We did Sardinia, Corsica, and France. So it was really, really nice.
yes, sounds sounds
Beautiful
really
itinerary
nice.
and not very crowded, great weather, amazing food,
Oh,
amazing sailing
yeah,
experience. Really, really nice. Yeah.
it's stunning. It is no, it's absolutely magic. It's a magical product, that's for sure. Well, hello,
Yeah.
everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello, Facebook agents. I see you. Thank you for joining, everyone. I'm just going to put a little note in here into Facebook real quick to see if we can drum up. There we go. Let everybody know we're here. Hey, Arlene, welcome. Oh, you want to go away on? Yeah, I know, Arlene. I saw that you tagged somebody on today's webinar on Facebook. But unfortunately, I guess they're not part of our group, so they didn't know about it. So you're just gonna have to tell them that we recorded this session, and that maybe you can share the link with your fellow colleague to watch this webinar. And all of you are, of course, are always welcome. If you're watching something, you know, you have one of your colleagues that just maybe has the perfect clients, or this is just like right up their alley and they could sell this like crazy. Okay, Fernanda would love that, but I would love
Oh,
that
yeah.
too, right? So
Yeah. We love that.
so please spread the love and let everybody know about this fabulous product, this fabulous webinar we're going to be hosting today. I'm actually can I like take over but just for a minute or two before I if you
Yes, please,
okay.
please. Yeah. Tell the agents about your experience,
I
Kelly. We would
know.
love to hear
I
that.
know, guys. Oh wait. Okay, just wait 1 second. I'm gonna disappear, but I'll be like a second. Hold on.
Okay, no problem. Yeah. Hello,
Right?
everyone.
Oh wait. I'm coming. I'm coming.
Oh, already.
Oh,
Let's see. Oh, you have a filter, so it's hard to see, but
hold on.
I guess it's a picture. Oh, that's awesome. That's the Star Flyer or the Star Clipper.
Yeah, there it is. I
That's
won't move. Yes.
yeah,
So this is right behind my desk. Okay. So
that's awesome. So you always
yeah,
think about Star Clippers. You cannot forget about your experience.
no, no, no. One of my actually I went on a fan trip. I took a group of I think 20 agents. It was a while back when I was a rep. If everybody remembers Holiday House, I took a fan. Honestly, I took 20 agents and it was just magical. We we had a lovely group, but the ship, the crew, um, ports, like the tiny, small, intimate ports that we went into. It was just about, I think we went out in and out of Barbados, but I was just saying it was that we spent a night in Tortola, and just, we were in St. Martin. There was just like, there's so many really amazing ports, small ports, which was just lovely, and the food was excellent. Like just everything, I just couldn't say it enough about it. And I loved it so much that I went back. I think I went back on it 3 more times. I took advantage of agent rates. There are agent rates, but there's also ways that if you're booking. I wasn't a travel agent then; I was in sales. So, but they extended an agent rate for me. But there's a way you guys have your incentive program, which you're going to talk about today, of ways to earn
Yeah.
yourself a complimentary trip for every booking you make. Um, but then I went over to Europe, and I think I left out of Athens and then finished up in Cannes, and like
Beautiful. Yeah.
really speechless. It was absolutely fabulous, and just really like again all of the really small ports we were able to get into some of like those big cruise lines couldn't. It was lovely.
Yeah. No, thanks for
Oh
sharing.
yeah, I want to go back. What do you guys say? Spoiled agent fam on the Star Clipper. What do you say?
Oh,
Show me
this is
some
a nice
love.
This is
She's
a
like, "No, I'm
nice
just
idea.
kidding."
Yeah.
It's a nice idea, but I know it is a small ship, and I'm just messing. It would be nice. It would be nice, but of course, there are ways that you can get on and experience because once you go, you know. But this is a great place to start. Is tuning in today on the webinar, and we have Fernanda here, and she's the business development manager for Star Clippers, and is based here in Canada. She's our personal own BDM, which is
Yeah.
awesome. So if you ever need support have somebody right here in your own country. Um, and I just before we get started, and I officially hand it over to you, my dear, you were very kind to offer a prize for today. So we are, I think everyone that is, if you're with us via Zoom and you're tuned in live here, you're automatically entered into the prize draw. And we just ask that you stay on to the very end of the session. And then Facebook agents, I see you. Sorry, I see you all. Um, they're already typing email addresses. So if you're on Facebook, please put your email address listed there, and I'll make sure that you're entered into the draw as well. But the Zoom agents, you don't have to worry about it. We got you. And then the Q&A at the bottom there, please feel free to type all of your questions there. We will do a little live. Fernanda will invite me back on once I finally stop talking. And I'll ask the question, and then Fernanda can answer it live today. All right. So Fernand, I'm going to hand it over to you with your beautiful background and your beautiful smile, and I'll let you wow us and show your magical product.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Kelly. Thank you for the introduction. And thank you for sharing your experience with us. And that's really one word, if I could say about this product, it is magical. So, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon. I don't know where you're based. I'm here in Toronto. So happy to be here with the Spoiled Agents again and talk about this amazing product, which is Star Clippers. So you can see here, this is not a typical cruise. This is a sailing adventure. And Kelly said, because we're small, we go to places that the other ships cannot go. In the Caribbean, in Central America, or in the Med, we go to places that the other ships simply cannot go. And that changes the game. It's a completely different experience. But to get started, I have a short video to share with you that shows a little bit more about the Star Clippers experience. So please enjoy the ride. So after this, I'm always ready to go, right? Take me to one of those beautiful spots that we go. But just to get started, I would like to talk a little bit more about the fleet very quick, and then we're gonna go over to the life on board, which is the most exciting part, destinations, so where do we sail, and also some promotions and sales tools to help you sell more and more Star Clippers. But let's get started with the fleet. So we have three beautiful ships in our fleet today, three authentic tall ships, starting with the Royal Clipper, which is our flagship, our biggest one. And she's actually in the Guinness Book as the biggest tall ship in the world. So it's quite amazing that you're sailing in the Royal Clipper, okay? She looks small here, but she has the size of a football field and a half long. So it is a massive sailing vessel, but if you compare to the other ships, we look like a toy. And we like that because, again, we go to the tiny little places that the other ships simply do not go. Okay. And that's the biggest tall ship in the world. And we hold only 227 guests. So it really feels like your own private yacht. It's a very personalized experience. And we have 106 crew members, which means you're going to have an amazing service on board. It's almost one crew member per cabin. But more important is the amount of sales. You can see here, I just want to like close your eyes and think about it. 54,000 square feet of sales above you. Can you imagine that? It's really, really a magical moment. And every night when we do the what we call the sail away, we have a special lighting, special music, and you see all those sales come. It's really, really, like Kelly said, a magical moment. Okay. So 5 masts, and it's quite impressive. Every time we are on board, a lot of people come by the ship, other people to take picture because really she stands out from the crowd. And now moving on to the inside part. So you're not expecting to see a beautiful 3-story atrium in a sailing vessel. Remember, this is a tall ship. We also have 3 swimming pools. We have a spa, a library, and all that in a very elegant decor. It's really, really an authentic decoration, what we call the nautical chic. A lot of mahogany, navy colors. It's really, really different than any other ship. Here's my favorite spot in the ship. It's called the Captain Nemo Spa. Not only because it's the spa, but we have amazing services there, but also because this is the only place in the ship, the only spot that the portholes are located under the water. So while you're doing your massage or your steam session, you can watch the fishes swimming. So that's quite nice. You're under the water. It's not every day that you're under the water like this, right? Moving on to the staterooms. So we have 114 staterooms in total, and we have different categories. Starting with the deluxe, which is one of the most popular ones. And we only have 14 out of 114 of those. And what is special about this cabin is that they have their own private balcony. So remember, you're in a tall ship and you have cabins with private balcony. That's very, very unique, okay? So if you have clients that are looking for private balcony, that's the one, the deluxe suite. We also have here an example of category 1. So you can see here, it's a big window. And what is important to say? The cabins are built as yacht cabins. So they aren't big, no, but you're gonna have a lot of comfort. You have a lot of space for storage. And the idea is not to spend time in your cabin, just to have a good sleep and then the next day be ready to explore the next port. And that's what we offer. The cabins offer all the comfort, but and a lot of space for storage as well. So this is the Royal Clipper. Now moving on to the 2 sister ships, the Twin Stars, Star Clipper and Starflyer. They are a little bit small. You can see here with 83 cabins each, so 166 guests and over 36,000 square feet of sails. So yes, smaller than the Royal, but still massive sailing vessels. And once again, 80 crew members. So remember the kind of service you're offering to your clients. With Star Clippers, they're really a person. The first day they will know your name, your preferences, if you drink tea or coffee in the morning, your favorite cocktail. It really, this makes the difference. The guests are always pampered with Star Clippers. We are very proud to have our crew members, our staff with us for so long. Here, more information. So we have 2 swimming pools. We have the library as well, the piano bar and the tropical lounge. Same style, same decor, very elegant dining room that can accommodate all the guests at the same time. This is very important. So, for example, dinner is open at 7 p.m. Your guests can have dinner at 7, 7:30, 8, 9, whenever they want, until 10 p.m. until when the dining room is open. Okay, so very flexible. The swimming pool, the massage service up on deck. And here you can see an example of a standard cabin, what we call the cabins between categories 2 and 5. So they have ocean view. You can see the porthole here. And we have different styles of cabins. So double beds, twin beds, and some of them can accommodate up to 3 guests at the same time. Now moving on to the best part. So life on board. What can you do in a sailing vessel that you cannot do in a regular cruise ship? So first of all, if you're brave enough, and I want to ask Kelly once we finish that, if she did it, if she climbed the mast, because I did it, and it's really, really nice. We are over 100 feet high, and we have an amazing view of the ship and also the surroundings. Of course, you have the safety equipment and the sports team that will help you with everything, okay? And this is a proof that I did it. This was actually in Costa Rica, late March. And it was really nice, especially in the Caribbean and in Costa Rica, because you see a lot of the dolphins coming very close to our ship. Because remember, this is a sailing vessel. So most of the time, we don't have the engines on. We use the power of wind to move our ship. So the dolphins come very, very close to our ship, and it's just magic to see them, to watch them from up there. Okay. Another thing that is different in a sailing vessel, if you're an ocean lover like I am, you are very close to the water. Because when you're in a cruise, you have ocean view all the time, but most of the times you're very far away from the water. With star clippers, and especially in that area, what we call the bowsprit, in front of the ship, you can just be very, very close to the water. Just relax, read your book, take a picture, watch the sunrise, the sunset. It's really, really amazing to be that close to the water. And on the right-hand side, you have the Royal Clipper with its marina platform. So she's the only one to have it. The other ships, they do not have the marina platform. But in all the ships you've seen on the video, we include all the water sports. So we have kayaking, stand-up paddle, snorkeling, water skiing. Every time, all the water sports are included, and the sports team can help you with everything. Okay, so that's an amazing way to enjoy the ocean in the Caribbean, in Central America, and in the Med as well. Also, we include gymnastics in the morning, and a lot of cruises we have yoga classes on board, so it's really nice to do at sunset and sunrise in the open deck. And you can also learn how to tie a knot if you're into sailing. We have an open bridge policy, so if you want to learn more about the itineraries, the sailings, the captain and the crew, they love talking about star clippers. And you can even take the helm with the captain's permission. And if you're if you want to get involved, you can even help set the sails. And that's a lot of fun. It's very hard, actually, it's not easy, but it's a lot of fun if you participate to this moment. But once again, like I always say, your vacation, your pace. So your guests, they do not have to work on star clippers. That's not a sailing vessel that they have to work. If they want to get involved, they're welcome to do so. If they just want to enjoy their cocktail, they're welcome to do so, okay? In terms of inclusions, right? So Star Clippers is not a product all-inclusive per se. We include, of course, in our rates, which is in Canadian rates, so in Canadian dollars, sorry. We include accommodation, all the entertainment, all the water sports, all the meals. So we actually have 6 meals per day: early breakfast, lunch, snack in the afternoon, dinner, and midnight snack. And our chefs are Michelin trained chefs. So your guests will dine very well with Star Clippers, okay? And what I really like about dinner time, you can see here on the left-hand side, we showcase the chef's choice. So it's very nice to see the food, what you're gonna order prior to go to the dining room. I really like that. And every time before dinner, we have that, okay? We have only one dining room, but we change the menus every single day. And the food is really, really amazing, okay? We also include in the pricing water, coffee, and tea all the time. And we also have juices during breakfast, okay? All the other drinks are not included. However, our prices for drinks are really, really reasonable. We are talking about $5 a glass of beer, $5 a glass of wine. And this is, I'm already converting in Canadian dollars, okay? So it's really, really reasonable. And we also have like a bottle of wine for $25, $30 starting at. So it's really, really a great price for drinks. We do not offer drink packages for FITs, but for groups, we can include the drink package. But to be honest with you, most of the time is not worth it, because the idea is, again, spending time outside. You're not going to be all day long at the ship. So most of the times it's not worth it. But again, your guests and their choice. In terms of entertainment, we have what we call a soft entertainment on board. I would say pretty much like a river cruise. So of course we have special nights such as Pirate Night. It's a tall ship, right? So Pirate Night is very important. We also have talent show, and we have my favorite one, which is the White Night. So we invite our guests to wear white clothes, and we have a beautiful light show when we change the colors of the sails. So it's really, really nice. And we do it in all the 3 ships. In terms of destinations, so where do we sail? So starting with winter time, so now November to March, if you have clients that want to skip the winter, we still have some availability out of St. Martin and out of Costa Rica, but Barbados, it's completely sold out, okay? So yes, it's small inventory, you have to book them in advance. But we have 2 ships out of the Caribbean, so one out of St. Martin and the second one out of Barbados. And the third one is in Central America. So Costa Rica, Panama, and Nicaragua. And this is a great, this region is amazing to explore, especially families. We also have singles, couples, spring breaks, honeymoons, and celebrations. It's a perfect itinerary. I would like to highlight Costa Rica because it's very big in the Canadian market, and we approach Costa Rica from the Pacific side. So I always tell the agents, do not hesitate to offer this sailing to your clients that are going to do land in Costa Rica, because you can combine land and sea. You do 7-night land and after 7-night cruise. And we do the Pacific side. We go to Manuel Antonio Park, the beautiful beaches in Panama as well. So it's a really, really nice to explore the whole country, the whole region. If you have clients that like longer itineraries, we have a 14-night one that sails through the Panama Canal. So that's a bucket list for a lot of people. That's a very nice itinerary. And we are launching, so that's new, in January 2026, longer itineraries in the Caribbean as well. So out of Grenada, which is a new home port for us. So watch out, those are new itineraries starting in January 2026. And what is nice about this region as well is that every other week we do a race in the Caribbean where the Royal Clipper meets the Starflyer and they race against each other. So it's a really, really nice moment. Most of the guests come on deck, they cheer for the ship. Sometimes the Royal wins, sometimes the Flyer. It's a secret, I cannot tell you. No, I'm kidding. It depends on the captain, it depends on the wind, but it is a lot of fun, and it happens every other week in the Caribbean. So this is our winter season from November to March, okay? Then we start our summer season in the Med. So beginning of April, we do the crossing. So we do the transatlantic of all the 3 ships, and we do sell the transatlantic. And then we're going to start our season in the Med late April. So from April to October, we are in the Med. Only 3 ships, and we go to 100 different ports of call. So you're going to realize when you have our brochure that some itineraries, we only do it once or twice a year. Why? Because we like to include as many different ports as we can. So you're going to see there's a lot of options for your guests in the Med. Shorter, longer, we have starting at three nights and up to 21 nights. And just for instance, we go to 20 different ports in Greece. It's definitely one of our best sellers, and 22 ports in Italy as well. So again, going to places that the other ships cannot go. Starting with the Western Mat, so I would like to highlight here some regions. So Spain, for example, which is really growing a lot. Côte d'Azur in France, of course, and the Italian Riviera. So Italy for us is huge. We go to so many different places. And what I would like to highlight here as well, because we're green and because we're small, we can still sail through the Grand Canal in Venice. So we start our itinerary right in front San Marco Square. We use the San Basilico terminal, which is right in front San Marco Square in Venice. And that's already an experience. You're sailing in the Grand Canal in Venice. Only a few cruise lines can do that, okay? This Western Med region, it's great for clients who like architecture, archaeological ruins, art, great food, wine enthusiasts. So there's for everybody, and we have great itineraries there. Also in France, if you have Grand Prix fans, we are there in Monaco and Monte Carlo during the trials and also the race. And if you have sailors and boaters enthusiasts, we are in Saint-Tropez during the Saint-Tropez Regatta, which is one of the most famous in the world. Now moving on to the Eastern Med. And I would like to highlight here Greece, Croatia, and Turkey. So Greece, very hot spot. We go not only to the famous islands such as Mykonos and Santorini, but we go to the other places. And we have one itinerary called Sports Highlights, which is the Mamma Mia highlight. Actually, I like to call it that way, because we go to Skiathos and Skopulos, for example, from the Mamma Mia movie. So if you have clients that they've been already to Greece, to Santorini or Mykonos, for example, if they want to really explore and do something else, that's the perfect itinerary. Croatia is our number one destination. It's really a combination Italy, Croatia, and Montenegro. This is our best seller. It's a 10 nights itinerary. And we used to go to 9 different ports in Croatia, and now we have just added a new one. So we go to 10 different ports in Croatia only. So that's really, really an amazing country to explore. And also Turkey, most of our itineraries in Greece, we combine with Turkey as well in the amazing Turkish Riviera. We have some exotic sailings, including Canary Island, Morocco, and we transit in the Suez Canal, and we combine Egypt and Greece, which is another very nice itinerary. And now we move to demographics. So who sails with us? Because a lot of our agents, and they talk to me and they say, oh, Fernanda, I love the product, looks amazing. I wish I had clients for Star Clippers. But unfortunately, I don't have any sailors and boaters enthusiasts. And I say, listen, it's not only for sailors and boaters enthusiasts. Those for sure, they understand right away. It's an easy sell, I would say, because they get it. But Star Clippers, it is for everybody. If you have clients that are looking for something different, something unique, you can definitely offer them this product. And when I say offer them, yes, because it's very rare to have someone calling in and asking for Star Clippers unless they've been on board or they know someone who has been on board. We are a small company, right? Family business. So it's very rare. But once you offer them, even to people who usually don't like cruises, that's why you see here the anti-cruisers. When you talk about the sailing experience, when you show the itineraries, the ports that we go, that we stay very long in ports, the experience that you're having, they say they might give it a try, and they like it so much that over 60% repeat the experience within the first year. So when Kelly said, oh, I went once with a fan trip and then I booked again and again, and it's really true. Once you are on board, you're going to talk to other people, and most of them are past passengers because they really, really love the experience. That's why we keep adding new ports, because our past passengers, they keep asking for new destinations. Okay, so if you have clients well traveled, all ages, from 20 to 80, sorry, the majority would be 45 to 65, but we have really all ages. Amazing for couples, for groups, big groups or small groups, and multi-generation as well. For celebrations, honeymoons, vow renewals, milestone moments, there's always something to celebrate. And of course, for past cruisers, if you have past cruisers, do not hesitate to offer, especially river guests. They like it so much, the river guests, they want to do something similar in the ocean. They come to us. And if you have access to sailors and boaters enthusiasts, if you know someone in the yacht club or things like that, this is the perfect clientele. And they're not necessarily aware of Star Clippers. So it's your job to go there and talk about the product, and you're going to be impressed how many people will be interested in. Okay. So again, travelers that are looking for an authentic experience, the wow effect, and really that feels like your own private yacht. So no dressing up. It's a very informal ambience, casual ambience on board. Really feels like your own private yacht. No jackets, no ties are ever required. And more for active travel, I would say. One thing that is important is mobility. First of all, we do not have elevators on board. And also for safety reasons, they have to be able to get in and out the tenders, okay? So as long as they're mobile, there's not about aging, it's really about mobility, okay? Now, how can you sell Star Clippers? And what we have as tools to help you sell this product, okay? First of all, websites. We have two websites for the American market, US, and also for Canada. So if you have clients in the US, no problem. You're based in Canada, but you have clients in the US, you can sell to your clients in USD. And if you have Canadians, of course, you're going to use our Canadian website with Canadian rates, okay? You're going to have a lot of information on the website, but I would like to say first, you cannot make any bookings online. Even in the travel agent portal, is not for bookings. This is really only for information. You have to call in reservations to make a booking, okay? And our offices in America is based in Miami. But on the website, you're going to find all the itineraries with the dates, with descriptions and pricing. And pricing is important. And what I would like to say here, we do not change our prices. So what is posted now, and now we are open for sale until November 2026, what is there is not going to change. So if your clients book today or in October 2026, the price will be the same. And this is especially important if you're doing your group, and we are going to talk about it, okay? What is going to change? Maybe the promotions, the adds in that we can have, the amenities, but the price, it does not change. You're going to have a lot of content such as videos, all the offers. If you go to the specials, you're going to see all the FIT offers. We have virtual tours, the detailed about this, shore excursions, and pre and post cruises as well. And here you can see the address of our travel agent portal. That's especially useful if you're looking for great pictures and videos as well, okay? Also some online tools. So we have a great Instagram and Facebook page. Follow us, please. Star Clipper Sailings. And we are doing now a lot of short videos, what we call the reels. And that's very nice to share with your guests as well. And especially Star Clippers, I think a video is the best way to show the experience. So do not hesitate to send a teaser to your client. Oh, I saw this. I thought about you. What do you think about this for your next vacation? In terms of groups, and we love group, and that's how you make your money. So yes, please think about doing a group. And I promise it is easy with Star Clippers, okay? When you have 5 cabins, 10 people, it's already considered a group. And how does it work? We have a group setup fee, which is $120 Canadian. That is refundable once you reach 10 paid guests. And like I said, it's a small ship, so it's small inventory. So in order for us to hold the cabins, we need names and deposits, okay? We cannot hold the cabins without names and deposits. And how much is the deposit? $500 if it's a standard cabin, $1,000 if it's a deluxe owner suite or category 1, okay? And once again, we are very flexible. Those deposits, they're fully refundable up to 120 days prior to sailing, okay? But like my colleague said, it's like Beyonce. If you like it, then you should put a ring on it because it's very important to save those cabins because we do sell out quite in advance. In terms of groups, we can negotiate the best amenities for you. So depending on the itinerary, the sailing date, the availability, we are going to negotiate an onboard credit for your guests, a group discount, a bonus commission, upgrades, etc. And of course, when you do a group, we offer you a tour conductor berth. So when you sell 10 people, you get one berth, 20, you're going to get two, and etc. Okay, so this is a TC berth, not a cabin, it's a berth. If you don't need the berth, you can use this as a bonus commission or as a discount. It's up to you, okay? And if you have 15 paid guests or more, we offer you a cocktail party for your group, okay? So open bar for an hour for your group. And on top of all those amenities, and that's what Kelly mentioned in the introduction, we have our travel loyalty program, which is called Celebration. So in order to celebrate, you got to sell it. So when you sell 5 cabins, 10 people, doesn't matter if it's a group, or 5 FIT cabins, any sailing dates or any ship, you can earn your own cabin and sail for free. And this is a cabin. This is not a TC berth. It is a cabin for yourself plus one guest. You sail for free. You only pay port charges and gratuities. And this is on top of all the amenities I told you. So you're going to get your TC berth if you do a group. And on top of that, your celebration cabin. So it's really, really, you win twice if you do a group with Star Clippers. So think about this program. And now this is our way to say thank you for your business. Thank you for selling Star Clippers. Now is your time to enjoy the product. And it was easy already with 10 people. Now we have our very popular promotion back, which is called the Easy 8. So instead of 10, we are talking about 8 people. 4 cabins, 8 people, you already have your group. This offer, it's only on select sailings. You can see on the right-hand side all the sailings, and I can send to you the PDF so you can see better. But we have sailings here up to 2026, up to March 2026. You can pick the one that you like and build a group. How does it work? When you have 8 paid guests, you're going to earn your TC berth, you're going to earn your cabin, your celebration cabin, and your guests will earn 8% discount. So it's a win-win for everybody. And this offer expires December 31st. So now it's time to book your group for 2025. I would say late 2025, because now beginning of 2025, it's around the corner, but also beginning of 2026, okay? So it's a great opportunity to call the Easy 8 offer. And to finish it up, I would like to share with you a video that shows a little bit the experience, but by our guests, from their point of view, how is the experience? This is in the Caribbean, so with the Royal Clipper. So I would like to invite you to enjoy the ride in the Caribbean on board the Star Clipper. There we go. So that shows a little bit more about the experience, the Star Clippers experience, but especially this one in the Caribbean. So thank you very much for your attention. If you need anything, like Kelly said, I'm the BDM for Canada. Here you have my contacts, phone number, and email, and I'm here to help you sell more and more Star Clippers. So thank you, and come sail away.
Wow, that was awesome. I want to go.
Yes, I want to go too. Yes, who wants to go?
They were all like mesmerized. That video was so great. And yeah, just looking at the ship and the various shots. I remember dancing on that little deck there in front of the bar. So much fun. Yeah, we had such
Yeah, and we like to show this video because it's from our guest point of view, right? So this
yeah,
was a celebration. They gave us, of course, all the rights, but it was a celebration. Two sisters, two twins celebrating their 50th birthday. So that's a great way to show our guest point of view and an amazing experience they have as a family on board.
definitely. Okay, I'm actually going to do this here. Oh, there I am. Okay. So, all right. So we have some questions. You ready for my skill testing question time period?
Yes.
Okay, are you ready? Okay, good. So she's ready. All right, guys, here we go. I also just want to say I saw Arlene. Hey, Arlene. Arlene has a colleague. I'm not sure if it's in her office or a colleague that's, just within a colleague friend, agent, who has a group. That is booked on the Star Clipper. So that's exciting. You gotta love that. Thanks for
That's
sharing
exciting.
that. Yeah, and Carol, who's in Pittsburgh, BC. Right? Yeah. She has clients on it right now. So there you go. Perfect.
Awesome. Thanks, Carol.
Yeah, yeah. So make sure you record those bookings, guys. And do group bookings qualify for the celebration? Yeah. So there
They
you go.
do.
And then
Yes, yes.
tell her to record her bookings, and then to bring you, Arlene, on away with her on the trip, right? Like that's just the way
Yes.
it's gotta go. Awesome. Okay, let's just see here. Okay, so I'm actually just gonna ask there's questions in Facebook, there's questions in the chat, and there's questions in the Q&A. If you're with us via Zoom, if you don't mind throwing them in the Q&A, I'm gonna get to you in just a sec. So Stephen's question is, are all the beds up against one wall?
No, not necessarily. It depends on the cabin and it depends on the category.
Nice. And
So we have different ones. On the website, just a tip, if you go to our fleet, you can see a video and also a plan, and you can see all the information about the cabins. And if you have any questions, you can just call in reservations and they will talk about it, every single cabin.
perfect. And I also would like to know that Stephen's in Costa Rica right now. Just watching this webinar to learn about your fabulous product.
That's awesome, Steven. Next time you're in Costa Rica, you should join one of our sailing
Yeah.
adventures in Costa Rica. Yeah.
Because I don't know, it's too hard right now because we're just talking with lots of people here asking questions. But imagine if the ship was, I don't know where you are in Costa Rica, but wherever the ship was departing from, imagine if you could go by and just, walk by, take a selfie. Yeah, and then text
Yeah.
to us. um, so would you say there was a family age? So say maybe, families with older children or
Well, we accept children starting 2 years old and older. So it's
okay,
really, really small. But again, I do not recommend for small kids, to be honest with you. First, for safety reasons, we do not have a kids club, kids program, and also it's a tall ship, right? But I
right.
would say for like 10 years or even 8 and older, it works really well. And they have a lot of fun, like a pirate ship. We have the sports team on board. So, but a lot of sailings we do not have any kids. It's more an adult only product. Yeah, but we
Right.
do accept children.
Okay. I'm not sure you can answer this question, might be able to. What are the rules regarding name changes?
$50 to change the name, and so it's not that much. But again, we are very flexible. We can talk about it, but the rule is $50 for name change.
Okay, no, take Fernanda's email address down if you
Exactly.
need some special favors. All right. And I put it in the chat and I put it in the Facebook. We have like almost 20 agents watching in Facebook. Hello, Facebook agents. I love you guys for watching from there as well. And then I'm going to send a follow up email because we're going to announce the $50 the gift card winner. So I'll put Fernanda's information there again. Okay, so for the incentive program, is it sales made in 1 year or will it
Last
just
5 years, 5 years. You have a lot of
five?
time, guys. Yeah.
We can do
So
it. Okay,
you can
everybody,
do it.
let's make a plan. Let's book,
Yeah.
and then we'll all of our free nights, and then we'll all go on a trip together. What do you say? Actually, you probably can't do that because you can't have, it'll all be
We
free,
can,
but
yeah, exactly, because we
yeah,
confirmed the cabins. Yeah, 45
yeah,
days. You're not gonna have
that's
that
true.
many cabins
Yeah,
available. Yeah.
that's true. But wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, that would be
Uh,
nice.
yeah, okay. Oh, okay. So here, and you've seen it there before. Oh, so Steven's in Costa Rica, and I guess obviously he goes to Costa Rica a lot, or maybe Steven, you're living in Costa Rica for part time or all the time. I don't know, but he has seen it there before, so that's cool. So Celine is saying, if the name change costs $50 US, how much is a name replacement? Isn't a name replacement and a name change the same, or is that just me?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so name replacement. So I think what she's saying is, so say just change the name completely. So say I was going and then something happened. No, I don't want to say because I want to be the one to replace. So say my husband was going on a trip and with his buddy, or actually maybe with, I don't know, maybe that'd be weird if I went with his buddy. But anyways, I wanted to put my name instead of him because he couldn't travel. Is it still $50 or
It is. It
yeah,
is. It
okay, there
is.
you go.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just trying to whatever go from there. Ah, yes, okay. Well, I love you too, Celine. That's great. All right, I'm gonna go over to the Q&A box now. That's the chat box. Um, okay, so let's talk about as I said, skill testing question, but I'm sure you have the answer and will be easily to come. Um, how can you compare to the Windstar? Like how would Star Clippers compare to the Windstar?
Very good question, and I get this question a lot. The ships might look similar from outside, but they're completely different. First of all, Star Clippers, this is a unique sailing adventure. So our ships, we use in average between 60 and 80% of the time. We don't use any motor or engine. We build our itineraries with wind charts, and we try to use the power of wind as much as we can. With Windstars, they have beautiful ships and they have sails as a decor. They cannot move their ships with the power of wind. It's only an engine. Okay, so this is not an authentic sailing adventure. That's the main difference. So Windstar is a beautiful product, pretty much like a regular cruise. And Star Clippers is a sailing adventure. Another difference we have in the Royal Clipper cabins with private balcony that you do not have on Windstar in your sailing ship. So that's another main reason. And the involvement, the activities, the nautical activities that you have with Star Clippers and you do not have with Windstar. But yeah, those are the main difference. Also about itineraries, but I'm not gonna go over all the details. Those would be the
You can
main
see that
differences.
online.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, fair enough. That's great. Thank you for that. So what's the average age of passengers? Is it older demographic? And we just talked about kids. So families, but maybe with, 10 years and over is probably ideal.
Yeah, the core would be 45 to 65. That's the majority of the clientele. We do
Right.
have from 20s to 80s, but the majority is definitely 45 to 65. And we are seeing more and more multi-generational, definitely, yeah, lately.
Yeah. Um, can you accommodate special diets like kosher, halal, vegan?
Not kosher and halal because it's a small kitchen, small galley, but vegan, yes, gluten-free, like free, things like this, we can accommodate. It depends how serious it is, but once you're making the booking, just make sure with the reservations team, we try to accommodate as much as we can.
Great. Is seasickness a large issue since these are sailing ships and they're not your typical large ships with stabilizers?
Very good questions. I don't know if you're familiar with sailing vessels, but sailing vessels, they sit very deep in the water. And they do the movement like a rocking chair. You're moving backward and forward. We're following the wind, right? And this movement actually calms our inner body. What makes us sick is when you go side to side, this kind of movement. So a lot of people get seasick in big ships and they do not get seasick in tall ships, sailing vessels, because of the type of the move. They feel that it's moving, but they're not sick. Okay, so
Right.
it's very stable, very smooth sailing. Of course, Mother Nature, we never know, right? We build with wind charts, but we don't know exactly how it's going to be. But most of the time, it's a very smooth sailing. Bring your own Badson, but most likely you're not going to need them. That's the best
Right.
advice.
Just come prepared. Well, isn't that like Murphy's Law? Like if you bring it all along, then you're not going to
Yeah.
need it. When you don't have it, then you're going to need it, right? So there you
Yeah.
go. So the question was, so the question is, do you offer any spa services or a gym? Well, we saw you said that was like one of your favorite places was the
Yeah, the
spa. So
Captain Nemo Spa.
definitely,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
have the
And we
spa.
also have a gym. We also have a
Okay.
gym in the Rio Clipper, not in the Star Clipper and the Star Flyer, but in the Rio, yes.
It's a bit bigger. Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Great. So Stephen, I have clients going on the flyer in December. They're concerned about getting access to the excursions they want as they seem to have limited availability.
Yeah, very good question. The short excursions with Star Clippers, you cannot book in advance. You book them once you are on board. Okay. My recommendation, Stephen, tell your clients that the first day, as soon as they get on board, there's going to be a book in the library and they just sign up for the excursion. Okay. We say there's a limited availability, but again, if we have so many guests interested, we're going to increase the size of the excursion. So bigger ship or bus or whatever, right? But if they really want to do it, my recommendation first day is just sign up for that excursion. But you book once you're on board. Yeah.
Great. And when I was on board, I think check-in was in the library. Is that still the same
Correct.
setup?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is in the
So
library. Yeah.
so I can be
Very
like in
easy.
checking in and be like, where's the excursion book? And get them to like sign up right
Exactly.
away. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Um, so are all of them your ships or do you charter them? So are they
No,
owned? No.
they're all Star Clippers ship. We have our owner, Mr. Kraft, which is passionate about sailing, a Swedish guy based in Monaco. Our headquarters is in Monaco, and America's office is in Miami. But all the ships are owned. Yeah.
There you go. Great question. Celine saying we need more training in Montreal. Um, you're welcome to come. There you go. So
Oh,
for Linda.
merci. Merci, Céline. Merci beaucoup.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I was just there like 2 weeks ago, but yeah, I have to come again. There's so much to Canada is such a big country,
It
right? So
is for one
there's
person.
so many
Yeah.
agents. But please let me know if you need training. I'm here and I'm gonna do my best to go.
That's great. Yeah, yes, to one person. Well, and that's it. It's so great for us to be working with Star Clipper and working with Spoiled Agent because we kind of can, especially with a small sales team and one person like you to cover such a huge country.
Yeah.
It's great to be working with you, and hopefully we can help out a little bit. In the chat box, I posted the agent portal, so make sure if you're making bookings, you record those bookings and keep track of the celebration. All the information's there. Agent rates that's posted on the Spoiled Agent dedicated page right there. So you can check that out. Start planning your own little trip. And then I also, of course, posted in both chat and Facebook Fernanda's email contact information. So I think that's it. I think I got it all. There's a lot.
I have one.
Mhm.
Sorry to interrupt, Kelly. Just Black Friday offer. I forgot to talk about it. It's Black Friday today. So we have what we call a thankful offer because we want to say thank you to our guests. Our
Oh,
offer is 10% discount for past passengers, 10% on select sailing Star Clipper, Star Flight. 10%, that's a lot discount. And for new guests, 5% discount. So
nice.
it's a great opportunity for you to offer to your guests. So I think you should receive on your email later today if it's not already gone. But so that's our black offer starting today until the end of the year. So you do have a lot of time to
Oh, we
sell it
got
until end of
time.
December. Yeah.
There we go. So we don't have to do it today, guys, because I know you guys are
No.
all very busy. But yeah, so definitely keep that in mind. Okay, I think that's it. So, when is Black Friday over? That was the question. So that is until
December
December
31st.
December 31st. Okay, and I think
Yeah.
yeah, as if you're getting our e-blast, it is getting sent out today, or probably from your office as well. I know I saw
Yeah.
something from you guys. Actually, I think we might be sending yours out next week. I don't know.
Okay.
There's a lot going on. But anyways,
Yeah.
we appreciate you, Fernanda, for taking the time and putting together this beautiful presentation and sharing all of this great information, and of course answering our skill testing questions. And spoiled agents, thank you as always. You guys are amazing. Thank you for the awesome comments and the great questions. You really make us look good with our fabulous spoiled suppliers. So thank you. And I think okay, so today's Friday. What do you think? When can we call? When will we be calling the winner? Like maybe
Uh,
Tuesday? Tuesday
Tuesday
work?
is fine. Yeah, Tuesday is
Okay.
fine.
All
Yeah.
right, so we're gonna announce the winner on Tuesday, and we'll call the winner. And then once we hear back, what I'll do is I'll send that follow-up email, let you know who the winner is, and I'll include the important links, Fernanda's info, and maybe we can also include. Would you mind, Fernanda, that Black Friday sale flyer? Can we include that with the
Yes,
follow-up
for
email as
sure.
well? Okay,
And
great.
also the Easy 8 offer for groups. So with the
Easy.
this is a great
And
one to send
you
it.
know what,
Yeah.
Fernanda? I don't have that. I was looking at your page, your dedicated page. I don't have that on the site. So maybe you can send that to me and I can add that, okay, as
For
well. And
sure.
we'll send it out as well.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, I want to go in the Star Clipper.
Yeah, it's time to book your next trip and time to book your clients. So
I know.
yeah, if they want
Yeah.
to skip the winter, it's perfect.
Okay. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a lovely weekend, a lovely day. And
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kelly, for the opportunity. Love to be here
oh,
with the spoiled agents. Thank you, everyone. And please, if you need any help, reach out to me. Thank you very much.
that's
Happy
perfect.
Friday. Have a
Happy
nice weekend.
Bye.